Hi everyone, Dr. Jones here again with another weekly message. I just want to get the first thing out of the way and make sure I do it, and that's thank you for taking the time to tune in. I really do appreciate it, and I don't take it for granted that you're taking a few seconds, well, maybe with me it's a little more than a few seconds, more like a couple minutes, to listen to what I have to say. What I first want to talk about is that in a lot of classrooms, I see a lot of teachers, and I see a lot of people working hard. I see a lot of students working hard, teachers working hard, a lot of people putting in a lot of hours. And that leads to one of the things I believe to be central to a person's success. You see, it's all about perspective and how we measure success. I truly believe that success comes not from the end result, but from the journey we take along the way. You see, it's important that we all set goals, and it's important that we reach those goals. Don't get me wrong, because that's how we eventually get better. But do we stop to realize that each step along the way, we need to improve to make it to the next step? So if you set a goal and you start off over here, to get to the other place, you're going to meet roadblocks. You're going to meet barriers. You're going to fall down. You have to learn to keep getting up. You have to adjust what you're doing, and you have to carry on. Well, see, that's where the growth is. The growth is in the continuing to move forward. And you know the old saying, you never realize how far you've come until you look back and realize? Well, that's because that was all growth. You had to grow from step to step to step. So even if you do fall short of your goal, you've still grown, and it allows you to set a goal probably even a little further than your original one. Which brings me to this. I read a quote the other day, and I'm going to have to turn away and read it, but because I haven't memorized it. But I read a quote the other day, really resonated with me, and I want you to hear this. We think, mistakenly, that success is the result of the amount of time we put in at work, instead of the quality of time we put in. That's from Ariana Huffington, but think about that. The amount of time versus the quality of time. So I want you to stop and think, with all this work that piles up at school, with how stressed we get with all the tests and everything, especially moving towards the end of the year, what's the quality of time we're putting in? We all put in the hours, all of us. Are you interrupted by people? Are you interrupted by your cell phone? Are you interrupted by the TV? Do you have a quiet place to study? Do you have a quiet place to work? Do people know that you're trying to do that? You see, if you set aside that time for deep work, so to speak, where you're not interrupted, you don't have distractions, you will find that you are so much more efficient, and you actually get more work done, and the quality of work you get done is that much more. So it's really important to remember, it's not necessarily about the growth you reach at the end. You do reach growth, and it's important that you hit that goal, but where all the struggle occurs, in that middle, in that journey from the beginning to the end, is where you get better. And that's how you become a better person, that's how you grow, and that's how ultimately you reach success. I hope you have a great weekend. Really, thanks for taking the time to listen. If you have any comments, I'd love to hear them. I live for feedback. So, remember, be purposeful, act with integrity, and always build your character. Have a great one.